Hello. Welcome to this vlog-style episode of Keep Effing Writing. If you are listening and not watching, this is probably a good one to watch. I don't know how satisfying it will be to listen to. It's an experiment. Everything's a fucking experiment, what can I say? So, it is just before 8 a.m. I have my coffee. I have my decent keyboard. And I have a lot of really awkward lighting. Here's the plan for today. Last week I made a video about procrastination, which I'm sure I will link in an info card if I remember to do so. And in that video I was talking about these 4 Patreon stories. Technically 3 that I'm behind, 4 that's coming up due, and how I have been judging myself so hard for getting this far behind that I was using all of my energy to hate on myself instead of actually doing the things that would make the hating less likely. It turns out you have a finite amount of mental energy, and if you use it all to tell yourself you're a loser, it's going to be hard to do other things. So, what we're doing today, I guess what I should say is that in thinking about my own processes and how to make things more interesting for myself, one of the things that really consistently does that is setting a ridiculous deadline. So like being like, I'm going to finish this book in 3 weeks instead of, 6 weeks. Not totally sure why that's so helpful to me, but it makes it more fun. I don't know. But whatever that process is in my brain, I'm going to fucking capitalize on it. So instead of being like, I'm just going to keep pushing these stories on my to-do list every single day to the next day, which is literally what I've been doing for months. I took a vacation and I had it on my list for the vacation, like I was going to sit down and get caught up. That hasn't happened clearly because here we still are, and last week I made a video about it. So what I'm going to do today is finish all the stories and post them, or schedule to post them. I think I'll probably schedule them. Nobody needs to get 4 new stories in a day. But I can schedule them. I'm going to make the covers. I'm going to do all the meta. I'm going to do the posts. And then I will wake up tomorrow free of this lingering feeling that I'm a loser for not keeping up with this commitment that I've made to my Patreons and to myself that I was going to do this. So, I got my coffee, I got my keyboard. I know that vlogs really include a lot of cool B-roll, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I can't make any promises at this point. I don't really know how to edit that stuff anyway, but we'll see what happens. I'll check in with you in a few minutes. There's a couple of things that I need to do first. I need to sync the new headphones or not sync. I need to connect the new headphones and make sure my water is up and plug in this ring light to charge because it's dying. And then I guess I'm just going to get to work on the April Patreon story, which is called, I think it's called No Pain, No Gain, off the top of my head. I gave them all titles yesterday because that's how prepared I am to get this shit done. Titles usually, I can finish a story and then take another week and a half coming up with a title for it. So they all have titles, they all have ideas, they all have notes. Now all I have to do is write them, so should be fine, right? Should be fine? Okay, it's easy. Okay, I've spent the last hour and a half trying to get my built-in MacBook camera, which shot the last clip you saw, to work again. The MacBook is currently saying that there is no video device, which is shocking because I shot the last clip on the built-in video device. So after an hour and a half of trying every single fix that comes up when you search for that error, I have given up. I did shut down the computer and unplug it in the hopes that maybe when I turn it back on it'll magically work again. But until that time, I have to get the fuck back to work. I have been working lately on trying to take breaks even when I haven't earned them, which I think is a kind of a toxic idea, because you can it's very subjective earning a break. So instead I'm trying to just take breaks when I need them, even if I don't feel like I have gotten enough done. And really, I finished the first story on my list, so that was the easy one. That was the one that was almost finished already, but I hadn't finished it since I started it 4 months ago, and now it's done. So that's a triumph. Taking a bit of a break, having a bit of a coffee, and now this challenge has turned into, can I shoot a vlog-style video on the GoPro? As well as write 4 stories. So we'll see what happens. So, finishing my coffee, listening to a bit of a book, and then I'm going to go back to work. I think I'm going to change up my workspace a bit because I've been sitting at my desk troubleshooting camera issues, and that's not feeling productive. So I'm going to change it up and maybe shoot some footage of that, maybe not. And then start it on the next story. And then hopefully the next time you see me, I will have finished another story. Okay, so got a story done, which is awesome. Still not sure if I'm in this shot. Didn't take a picture this time. Probably should have done that. Didn't. But I got a story done. I'm going to plug the computer back in and see if it wants to have a camera again. Maybe, maybe not. I need to charge the GoPro because I killed a bunch of the battery, and I need to eat my delicious quinoa salad for lunch. And that's what I'm doing now. I think after this I'm going to take a writing break and make the covers for all 4 stories in Canva, and then probably relocate to maybe the bed to type the next one, fingers crossed. And then I will check in again. So, we're still going through it. We're doing it. I definitely do not know how to use a selfie stick. I don't understand how to keep it out of frame. Maybe I'll crop that out if any of this actually ends up in a video. Y'all, not gonna lie, really disheartened. So I thought that I would do one last ditch thing to maybe get my computer to remember it has a camera, because I use that camera all the time to make videos, to be on calls, like all the time. And so I'm reinstalling the operating system in the hopes that that might like kick it back into gear. And apparently that takes literal hours, which I did not know. So, given all the things that I have done to this machine to try to get the camera back, I think the camera itself might just be burnt out. There's no light on it. It does not recognize that there's a camera in it at all. So that's super unfortunate. And I really want to use it as an excuse to just stop doing everything that I'm doing, especially now that I can't use the computer for a while. But I'm going to bust out my handy dandy Bluetooth keyboard and try to get some writing done, not on the computer, which is not all bad. Sometimes that's not a bad thing if I've been writing a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that. It's just after 2 p.m., so I think I will also indulge in a little sugar and caffeine. I was trying to get Luna, who's over there, because she was in the pool. But then I came over here and she got out of the pool. So maybe she'll go back. I don't know. Okay. Got another story done on my Bluetooth keyboard on my Kindle Fire. For anyone who's interested in that setup, I can link the keyboard and the Kindle, and I guess the cover, which has the little stand-up-y thing, which I find very, very helpful when I'm actually writing on that device. I do not necessarily recommend a Kindle Fire for anything. I had to go through a lot of rigmarole just to get the Google Play Store to actually load on it so I could treat it like an Android tablet, because that doesn't natively happen. But at this point, I've got it so that I usually do work in Google Keep, because it seems the most fail-safe if I have an active Wi-Fi connection. If I don't have an active Wi-Fi connection, honestly, I try not to use it. And that was one of the reasons that I got it, because I thought I could use it, but I've just lost too many things because of that situation. So these days I try to only use it on active Wi-Fi. It's so hot. She was lying down in the water. So, big point is, despite all of today's issues, I did manage to get another one of the stories done. There's only one left. And I think it's the one that I've been looking forward to. Yes, it is the one I've been looking forward to since I was gifted the idea. So, gonna work on that next, but really going to take an extended break at this point. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon, and this is the time where I kind of do all of my big chores for the day, so that once kind of my late afternoon slump hits, I don't really have to do anything else, except today I have to write one more story. But at least I'll have my computer, which I think is updated. So, yes, there you have that. And we're just going to keep trucking. Alrighty, it is 8:21 p.m., which I think means that this has been a bit of a 12-hour day. Definitely took breaks, definitely had some technical difficulties that ate a few of those hours, but it has been a day, and it has been a successful day. I have finished all 4 of those stories, and which means that I have met my goal, my crazy goal that I set for myself. I guess I met it. So that is pretty badass. I don't know that I feel it at this point, because it was definitely touch and go for much of the day, and my camera is still not working, so that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, did it. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me. It's been a bit of a ride on this side, And yeah, let me know if this was fun, because I do like a challenge. I do like a challenge. So yeah, maybe we'll do this again the next time I have things that I've been procrastinating about and need to do. Anyway, you can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/KrisRipper. You can find me on the Instagram. You can find my Facebook group at KrisRipper.com/irregulars. And that is, I think, it. We do have a lot of fun in the irregulars, so if you're on the Facebook, you should join us. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.